Hey, what's good? It's your boy Mr. Wonka7 back again with another episode of Let's Play Live Alive. So if you escape 100 battles, running or teleporting, doesn't matter, you will encounter this guy. After escaping 95 times, he'll give you a bit of a counter, you know, trying to warn you. Watch what happens if you escape 5 more times. I outfitted, what's his face, Ryder slash Pogo with the aerial ring. The most important thing about these aerial items is that they actually prevent you from getting stoned, which is why you want them. I'm not going to get all the aerial items since some of them involve going into Cube slash Wally's chapter or Sundown slash Cookies chapter, and Cookie's just such a bitch to recruit. I wouldn't want him in my parties to switch other guys out for him, only to get one item in a dungeon, fighting some shitty optional boss. And while I'm more benevolent for Wally, I'd rather stick to Jaden. I don't want to switch dudes out right now. So it's up to me to decide which character I want to avoid having. I'll afford not to have the stone proof equipment. It's probably going to be Miguel. I need my healer. I need my DPS guy in a burrow. I need my clinch DPS guy in Pogo. And Miguel is just a tank who can sometimes deal damage when he doesn't miss. Plus, Ryder's a better tank anyway if you've paid attention to his hit points by now. Petrify Sphere. This guy reminds me of that dude from Chrono Cross. That's okay. So he's got a little defense on him. That's a little cool. Who are you gonna petrify? Him? And it didn't even work. You mad? That was shitty. That was freaking horrible. Um... Okay, use some Reiki. Guy's got a little defense on him. I'll give him that. He's certainly beefed up. Alright. Holy blow. Let's just get him with something good. What was he trying to do? Oh, stone him. Alright. Aerial mail. Genji armor. Alright, it's even better than his current shit. And he's stone proof. Monkey's the second most useful guy in terms of DPS. And furthermore, Jaden, I don't really use him that much as a healer anyway. And Miguel, yeah, he's kind of a meat shield, but they're low priority at the moment. So you can actually take the time to get some of the treasure around here. I don't want to do that too much now. It's not a big deal. This isn't best suited for my fighting style, but fuck it. At least now, Miguel can serve a purpose. Miguel, you need more defense in your life. That was shitty. That was really shitty, bro. Yeah, you just go on and heal yourself. You'll need to get healed right up next. Damn. He's really hanging in there. These fast enemies are really getting on my case. It's not that I didn't want to say dick, it's that I forgot the word dick for a second. I know, you'd think that'd be the first word on my mind, seeing as it's usually in all my videos in some way. But I guess it slipped my mind this time. Might want to get my head checked. So yeah, I could have gone and got those skulls over there, but fuck it. Not really interested. Nah. Fuck this shit too. Frickin'. I'm gonna smack that out of my face. I don't want that. Turn up. Yo, stop. These aren't that bad. I wonder if the dog will appear here. These diarrhea ass shots. Yeah, I'm gonna remind myself to use a cure only as a healer. That's his ideal function. These don't give nearly enough EXP as they're worth. They just suck. Hold up. Hopefully now that I've cleared that other dungeon, I won't be warped. Well, I've done this 100 times, I wasn't warped back, so I guess clearing that dungeon for frickin' Jaden makes it so you don't end up in that mystery dungeon again. That's good. He's finally learned to control his teleportation abilities. Alright. What does that do? That's like a healing item, right? Speaking of which, any armor for you? So that lowers his power down to plus 90, but at least it brings his defense up a little bit. Let me see if this is to my liking. I'm gonna see right now if it's to my liking. It's not to my liking. I'm gonna switch it back. But then again, this guy is supposed to be the tank anyway. So this is actually, I'm gonna keep it this way. Right now, Ryder and Burrow are supposed to be the DPS guys. Other than that, I just need a healer and a tank. That's it. And even if Miguel had a decent attack stat, he misses most of the time, so what's the point? I don't like dudes that miss. He just needs to learn to take the hit, to take the beating, and that's it. That's his role. He should shut up and like it. Okay, another goal, top knot. I might be able to go to the other area and Ryder's special dungeon, fight that guy for another aerial item, get my characters fully suited up. And I would definitely like that. Izanagi scroll. Hopefully these are all healing items and not just offensive items I'll never use. Okay, that's good. That's helpful, actually. Yeah, there are plenty of useful items around here. Everyone's too high level for this shit. Much hit points does Miguel have, by the way? Yeah, the right amount. An acceptable amount, pretty much. I was about to say right amount. Maybe that's not the right word to use, but acceptable amount, totally. Golden robes. So that lowers everything a little bit, but nah. Has nothing of value. What about accessories? Okay, speed up by 30. Giga Gaga Waka. Fine. Beast Fang. Gold Top Knot. Any spellcasters around here? It doesn't really fix up any of the downsides to his new equipment, but at least not for good, but still. I hate how naked his character is. Hey, that was pretty good. One more Suda that lands and he should be done. I might have to switch up everyone's position. Because this position right now is kind of inefficient, with the exception of Abura. Form, Jaden should be here. Miguel's a tank, so I want him. Alright. Out goes Venus figurine. Potion number 9. That's really good. But Miguel does his job pretty well as a tank, so I might have to switch him again. Yeah. But I don't know, but Ryder's role is a little clinch-like, because he loses his stats every time he uses his best technique. Yeah. Well, as long as Jaden is below doing support, that's what matters, ultimately. Truly. How close is everyone to leveling up, by the way? Let me check. Monkey's pretty close. Everyone else... Nah, they done. They're done. Is this it for random battles? Speaking of which, I haven't really been paying attention to where I'm supposed to go. Is this not where I'm supposed to go? I have no idea. Okay, I think I'm supposed to walk back down. I've been waiting for you. There's no other way of saying it. Well, there's one other way, but it only sounds natural if you're Ziggurat 8. You need to say that with a little mischief, otherwise. My name is Odio, King of Demons. Alright, this guy seems like he wants some blood. Hopefully I didn't fuck up. And now it's time to dip. Now watch me dip. You cannot escape. From my world. Okay, remember this place? Let's just... We can go through the stairway again, but... Hey, if you take the stairs up, will you... Okay, so if we go through, that will be in the lead character's starting position. That's a little annoying, but... You know what? I wasn't ready to fight that guy anyway, so... Yeah, volume got lowered a lot. But that's only in terms of... Wait. That's only deliberate. So there's supposed to be an enemy around here I can approach. Or who will approach me. Oh, finally. I like how the optional bosses have their own themes. Oh, great. This is one of those guys, right? Okay. So he has an attack that lowers his stats, thankfully. Suda. Heal touch. Get your shit healed up. Bronze leaf. Wizen blade. Alright. Ah, great. Note that you can run from this battle. And that was like 1/3 of his hit points right there. Oh well. Let's see. Why do you always miss? What kind of stat do I have to boost? Ah, really? Fuck it. This is what you get for trying to heal the healer. Yep. Good thing those aren't chance items. Alright. I'm gonna have to give him to... I mean, they lower his attack power, but his attack power sucks anyway for whatever reason. And his IQ matters more for damage anyway. Plus 4+ defense. And no chance of getting penetrated. It's worth it. It is so worth it. Now, for most Let's Players, this would be where I end the episode. In my case, I'm going to keep going. Now, Miguel, the tank, is going to be vulnerable to petrification. But that's okay. You want to know why that's okay? Because we got Joshua seeds. We got more than enough, actually. I think. Plus, the healer matters more anyway. We've got only so much items that are useful in all situations. Speaking of which, how long until a burrow levels up? That battle only gave him like 4 or 9 EXP. Leveling him up isn't going to be that important. Really isn't. Ugh. And he was waiting at us on the door. Anyway, literally, he could have done the head nod right there. Well, for a second, I thought I was about to unplug the charger. That would have turned his shit off, and it would probably corrupted his save file. But nope. What I was pulling on was just a LAN adapter thing. Yeah, one of those cables. We've had this adapter since the 1990s, 1999. The end of the world according to Chrono Trigger. I'm down to play that game again, but not like a Let's Play since I already did that. Welcome. I have called each of you here to ask you some very important questions. Heroes each of you may be, but what has the rest of humanity done for you? All everyone's ever done is ask you for your help. They distance themselves from harm and rely on others to save them. Are such people even deserving of help in the first place? That is my first question. My second question for each of you individually: why? What is the reason for you to fight? Why do you continue? For the ironclad law of the shinobi, I trust only in my way. Very well. You have all been victorious in your self-important battles. Self-important and indeed selfish. Is it right to hurt others to achieve your own ends, no matter how important? You are all the same as the maggots that live in this realm, just like them. Something I should note about Odio: say goodbye to this sinful life of pride and woe. You've actually fought this guy 7 times before. He's literally the final boss of each of the 7. Oh wow, that's a freaky ass face. Each of the 7 scenarios. Okay. Like, one of them for, like, the robot is Program ODO. Then another was, like, let me actually go through all the names right now, since this isn't, like, an ATB thing. I'm just scrolling up like a motherfucker right now. Okay, let me just name the ones from our party members. Yank this shit up. Okay, first off, for our friend Pogo, he got to fight O-D-O as his final boss. Remember, that's the final boss I caked because of Bell. And of course, there was Odie Wang Lee for Samo in the Shaq Fu chapter, but that's not what I'm talking about. What about Oburo, our lead character right now? Who was his final boss? Let's see. Main battle. Okay. Goman's treasure. This is why I don't like Burroughs chapter / monkey. Miyamoto. Yodo Gimi. No, that's not it. That's an optional boss. Odo Ode Io. So we got Ode Io. Sundown got like Oldie Oldbird or some shit like that. Some like yeah, he got that. What about Masaru? Who did he get? Odie Oldbright. So he got that. So that's our tank's final boss. And as for Jaden, Jaden got to fight some like big ass mech thing. Okay, you got to fight the Great Inko statue. So that's a little bit of a stretch, but yeah, you guys have fought this guy many times in the past. You fought his incarnations and shit. I think Cube even fought something like that. Okay, well, there are two ways of fighting him. The first one is easy, but it takes an hour, so it's not really smart for a Let's Player, of course. And that's just to target the mole. The mole has 992 hit points, and everything does 1 damage to it, so you know it's going to take forever. Your priority right now should be the eyes. The eyes have 800 hit points. Yeah, they're going to be tough. Is that even his best technique? The eyes are tough because they do the most damage. Okay. That simplifies things a bit. Hmm. Yeah, the mouth has, I think, how many hit points does the mouth have? Which should be your main target after you get rid of the pesky little eyes. Suda. Heal touch to him. So that's the stone him, right? Okay. You see? Yeah, that's a little costly. Anyway, the mouth has how many hit points? It has 1,440. So yeah, that's not too bad. Hmm. Okay, so we got our primary damage dealers out of the fray. Alright, I'm gonna pass with him. Bronze Leaf, Assassin, hit, top spin, Phoenix. Okay, that move is good and it's fast. So we should just go with an all-out assault at the moment. Got a lot of guys that can tank and a lot of guys that can't. You should take that into consideration. Even though he can be a little bit of a inaccurate asshole and his attacks are risky, Suda lower sets. That tends to simplify these battles. I'm gonna do an elbow. You know what? Fine. I'm gonna do an elbow. Or a kick, actually. That's smarter. And that brings us to the second strategy. The strategy that gets you more songs and turns this into a bit more of an epic battle. Get rid of the mouth instead of the mole. The mole becomes this thing. It's known as pure audio, and it has 2,032 hit points. Yeah, this thing might be a little tough. Saint Alicia. Area heal. I'm gonna use a potion number 9. So what should the strategy be for this guy? First off, get him close to the healer. That sucks. Yeah, his stats have been lowered a little too much. Okay. That only lowered his constitution, but still pretty useful, actually. So, all heal. Alright. Hopefully now this will be effective. Nah, that sucked. Any moves that can prove effective? Okay, go insane with healing items if you must. That might be helpful, actually. Okay, just keep hitting him with Suda. Lower those stats. Hopefully now it'll do some decent damage. Ah. Alright, come on, Suda. Um... Okay. Life Erasure. He doesn't have a lot of hit points, so that's going to be kind of costly for him. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to win this. I hate how many Let's Plays have I done where I've had to make what could have been the final boss like a next to last attempt. It's so anticlimactic. Alright. Quick attacks are better than slow. Alright. Ironically, it's Miguel who's the most useful dude at the moment. Self, great heal, unicorn heal. You know what? I'm gonna spend this. Yeah, it's not smart right now, but let me check my best techniques. Let me go all the way back and check like Best moves for a burrow. Let's see, strength of the ninja. I might have to boost his stats. Have him start pounding on like the tequila and shit. Ugh. Should have probably used Miguel as an offensive type if this is how the battle would turn out. Holy blow. Pass. I'm gonna give him a couple of these. That's the only thing he's gonna do until his stats move on up. Okay, that was the best thing to do. And it contradicts what the guide advises. But you shouldn't follow guides religiously. Okay, heel touch. Oh, this is gonna hit 3 people at once. It's gonna go ham. Item. Suda. Good, it dropped his level. Okay, some like mid-level healing spell. Alicia. Did I go 2 down? Where am I? Should have probably used that instead. We only got self-healing. Ah, this is what we needed. Okay, that was good for what it's worth. Ugh, shit. Self-grade heal. Alright. Oh, good. He's targeting Miguel for once. Damn, finally did something. Alright. Not how I expected that battle to go through, but I didn't really have an expectancy that was vivid. It was a very Spurg-like expectancy. Very, very dark. Very inferred. So he says, hell no. Alright, let's see. So you could finish him off, but that would give you a shitty ending, and it'll ruin some songs off your music player. Anyways, now that we're finished with that, I think it's time to fight these statue guys. This guy's pathetic. I'm sure if you recruited all 7 dudes, you would be seeing some gnarly shit. Like Cube, Wally, Cookie, and the fat dude. once again, the main character gets to come back. In this case, that's a burrow, since I chose the most useful dude. So wait, this is like a repeat boss fight? Oh, because... Wait, what? Uh... yeah. So that's what we're looking at right now. So I don't know what exactly I'm looking at right now. So we're just repeating boss battles and shit? Is that what's going on now? I guess so. Have the bosses been nerfed at least? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, this is a pretty cool sequence, and it's a pretty stupid one as well. This guy was a surprise MVP of the final boss battle. And I used to struggle so much with this boss, too. Yeah, they've been nerfed a little. Either that or my levels just blew them the fuck out. But it's kind of cool. Find the final scenario bosses one-on-one while your stats are as crazy as they are. That was pathetic. But hopefully now for this specific ending, I don't have to hit the confirm button anymore to see the sequences. Yep, I had to continue to hit the confirm button. I like how they had a golden blonde antagonist and final boss instead of one of those silver slash gray haired ones. It's usually silver haired, platinum blondes. Alright, so are we gonna get beamed up again? He decomposed quickly. The good bacteria of this world did not take its time with that asshole. And I still have to spam the confirm button. Oh, don't do this to me. Finally, it's getting automatic. Sweet. I don't have to hit the confirm button no more to advance dialogue. Never mind, that was just for writer. Actually, Aburo was a pretty good protagonist. I had a nice lineup for this final battle. It could have been done much better, much more quickly if I used his best attack. That spinning attack. We never went through that room, I might remind you. Oh, this is a pretty instrumental track. Honestly, I feel a little bad for Zidane. Usually video games try their best to make me sympathize with a lot of characters, specifically the final boss. I'm looking at you, Final Fantasy IX with Kuja. But in this case, Airstead slash Odio slash Zidane, he was a cool guy. He just really rage quitted on life because of that plot twist at the end of Scenario 8. I mean, his bitch tried to do Romeo and Juliet, but she got the story twisted. A lot of people die, a lot of people turn their backs on him, including his own kingdom, his supposed companion Strabo, and at the end, his bitch thought that he was deliberately taking forever and that he killed Strabo to take the glory for, and Strabo was the one trying to save him. She had some kind of Stockholm syndrome because she didn't get the full story. I mean, the way he overreacted was a little extreme, but I would have done the same shit just without all that extra stuff. I would have killed everyone in that kingdom, though, because they all probably wanted his ass dead. And he would have had to live his life running from his own kingdom, constantly avoiding being persecuted. And of course, you get the credits theme of your main protagonist, which in this case is Burrow. You would have to avoid getting executed and shit. Yeah, it would have. He kind of had to kill everyone in that kingdom except for the bratty ass kids and the women and the farmer dudes. That's it. All the soldiers had to die sooner or later. Okay, so what do I think about the game? Since it is the credits, I just had that epiphany. It fully sunk in at this point. Oh yeah, the Tosa Ben translation. What is Tosa Ben? At what point do we see it? I'm curious on Tetsuya Nomura's role in this. I mean, you had freaking Shadow in this, and Shadow was one of Nomura's first characters. Whatever. Anus P. These fucking ROM hackers putting their own names in there. Well, they did contribute a lot to this. I'm very grateful for them. Yeah, initially I was gonna say that this was a shitty game. Like a week ago, that's what I was going to say. It does feel as if it's the weakest game I've played as of now. But that final act of Scenario 8 and Scenario 9 more than made up for everything. This game kind of needed a little more detail for each individual scenario. I certainly felt as if it could have used just a little bit more detail. So you don't get like a save file after that? Do I do like a soft reset to get all the tracks now? Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, you get all the character theme songs for the major characters. I don't know if I did something wrong, because supposedly if you beat this game correctly, you get more tracks. That's probably if you beat it and save afterwards. After you beat the true final boss, not that cinematic interactive bullshit you got in the end. Yeah, this game needed a remake. This game needs a remake right now. Not like a Final Fantasy VII remake, the kind they're doing right now with that. I'm not talking about making it look really cinematic. More like, make it like Saga Frontier, where you emphasize on the weirdness, add a little more detail, more interactivity with each scenario. Really make these worlds feel bigger and present us more opportunities to get the oddball vibe from the world of Live Alive. Because it is really an interesting concept. It's actually, the way they did it in the end, it completely won me over. This was a good game, but it just needs that one more, the extra umph. And I heard that it will be remade for the mobile phone. That's a rumor I've heard a couple of years ago. Takashi Tokita is actually interested in this title. And I would agree with him. This does need like a at least a mobile remake. It doesn't need to be high tech. It doesn't need to be spectacular. It just needs a little more detail. Because two scenarios through once I went through Roboros chapter, the burnout was real. It was kind of fucked up. And by the end of chapter 6 and even 7, I was thinking, yo, I don't want to do this shit no more. Make it stop. Just make it stop. And then that plot twist from chapter 8 happened, and then you got the final sequence. And then I was thinking, yo, they went ham when they made this game. It was really good. Ultimately, it's a thing of detail. I like deep game mechanics. I like games I can replay again and again and really master. I like games that win me over that way. And Live Alive is more of a... It's more of an art form than a game. It's certainly a work of art, without a shadow of a doubt. Anyway, this has been your boy, Mr. Wonka 7. I'm not done with this game quite yet. There will be a bonus episode where I go for this. I go for Zidane's version of the final scenario. Anyway, this has been your boy, Mr. Wonka 7, and Uksei Aime Ikte. Until then.